Hello and welcome to our Peek into Pink from all across the U.S. I am Stephanie Richter. I am in the Seattle area. And then we go off to Florida.
I'm Mary Maxim Lindley, and I'm in the Melbourne, Florida area, right close to Orlando.
Yeah, a place we love to visit as often as possible. Yeah. And oh boy, have we been missing visiting anybody.
I know.
And off to Idaho we go.
I'm Diane Hicks. I'm in the Twin Falls, Idaho area.
Thank you, Diane.
Awesome. And hey, I'm LaRue Bernard, and I'm in Canyon, Texas, up in the Panhandle, and it's so great to have you on.
Thank you for being on with me, you guys. It's super fun to have you all here. You know, we've known each other. So I've been with Mary Kay for 30 years. And Mary's been with Mary Kay for how many years?
Almost 27.
27. Diane?
20.
LaRue?
24.
24. So between all of us, that's almost 100. I keep forgetting to do the math. It's about 100 years you got on here. So we've known each other. So you know when you say to somebody, I've known her for 100 years. We say that now. We just say that, and we mean it for reals. So I will make sure that your names get back up on these banners here in just a second. But guests, we're just super happy to have you all here. And what we would love for you to do is if you don't have a paper and pen or something to write on, you're going to have the opportunity to keep track of some points because we are going to give away some product at the end. Oh, and don't let me forget, ladies, about the special bonus at the end too, because it's not in one of the banners. So grab a paper and pen, go do that. We'll come back in just a second. We'll reconvene in just a second, give you a minute to do that. And while you do that, I am going to pull up. I'm going to pull up a picture. No, I won't, because I have it right here. I have the bag. I'm going to make myself big like that. And then I'm going to hold it up high so you can see it above the banner. This is the Kate Spade bag that your name will go into today just for being on, but you do need to comment. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you who invited you. And if you did not give StreamYard permission to use your name, if you're on Facebook and it doesn't say, your name won't come up in our thing over here, just be sure if you could put your name in there, that would be great. So say who you are and then who your consultant is, and then we'll be making sure that all of you get in this drawing. I'll tell you how we're going to do that. So hopefully by now you have your paper and your pen all grabbed. And let me switch us back to here. See if I can get us. I don't know where your guys' names went, but I'll figure that out when one of you is talking. So how we're going to keep track of points is every time you comment, when you answer a question, or drop in an emoji for some reason, something cute, then you keep track of your points. So each individual guest, just keep a tally mark on your paper. At the very end, we'll have you take a snapshot of it and send it, text it off or Facebook Messenger, whatever, to your consultant. So then those consultants can tell us how many points you got, okay? And we'll give you some chances to answer some questions at the very, very end. So first of all, I want to be sure that you know that yes, if you were gone getting paper and pen a minute ago, that you will get put in this Kate Spade bag drawing. And I have been hoarding this bag, and I finally was like, all right, it's time. Now it's time. So this bag is a $278 bag. If you're in Canada, it would cost you $328 retail, just so you know. Those Canadians, they're expensive. So this is our goal for tonight. Our goal is to bring you some joy. It's always our goal is to just enrich lives. That's Mary Kay's, the company's mission, is to enrich women's lives with the product and the opportunity. So first of all, that's what we want to do. We want to educate you about the choices in a Mary Kay business. So you have 4 women from 4 different parts of the country with 4 very different backgrounds that have a lot in common now. So you're going to hear from each one of these ladies in just a minute, because I think stories matter, and you have a story, and our stories aren't finished being written. And same with you. So we all have a story, and I don't know about you, but when I hear women's stories or people's stories, that inspires me. It causes me to maybe take a little piece of their story or be be inspired by a choice they made, or be moved by an emotion that they experienced through a choice they made, and causes me then to make a better choice in my life. I think that when we hear other people's stories, it causes us to be better if we choose to. So that's our goal for you tonight too, is that you'll be inspired by these stories to possibly make a choice to have your own Mary Kay business. If you do, great. If you don't, that's okay, but maybe you know somebody. So one of the things I've learned in my 30 years in Mary Kay is that I don't have to convince anybody about this Mary Kay opportunity. This Mary Kay opportunity works. You have 4 women right here with decades of experience, and you're going to hear from each one of us that proves really that this business works when we work it according to the Mary Kay plan. The woman herself started this company, Mary Kay Ash, in 1963, 56 years ago, to give each one of us an opportunity to run on our own path. Sometimes we run on our path, sometimes we walk on our path, but it's our own individual journey. And we use our Mary Kay business as a tool to create the kind of life that we want. And that's why we share, is that if you decide Mary Kay is for me, then you have a tool. And there's a new part of Mary Kay that just was introduced a few days ago called the eStart program, which is so brilliant. And I'm so excited to be able to offer this opportunity for a time like this. And it is a limited opportunity. It started on April 20th and it ends on May 31st. So we want to be sure that you get educated, and then you have that opportunity to make that same choice if it's right for you. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask lots and lots of questions as we go through. You can drop them in the comments. And one of LaRue, can you see the comments, or is it just me that can see them?
We can see them.
Okay, good. So if you guys could, don't hesitate to interrupt me, and if there's a question in there, and we can ask it. Okay, I'll try to remember to pause periodically so we can do that. Okay, so first of all, in your comments for your first point, give yourself a point for being here. Just, you're in. Then, who invited you? Who is your consultant? Drop that in for us so we can see who invited you. I'm just peeking over to see who is over there in the comments. And then, where are you from? We want to know where you're from. You heard where we're from, but where are you from? So drop those 2 things in the comments. Now you can have 3 points so far. All right. So I'm going to start the same way you all introduced yourself. I'm going to start that same way, ladies. And let me just tell you who these women are. How we're related to each other. So in Mary Kay, we're really literally like a family. Hi, Zoe. We are literally just like a family. And I'm a Mary Kay sales director. So my title is Future Executive Senior Sales Director. So through my organization of the consultants that are in my Mary Kay family, so women I shared Mary Kay with, who shared Mary Kay with, who shared Mary Kay with. So I have daughters and granddaughters and great-greats for as long as there's no limit, for as long as that can go. And I also have a team of women and a group of women over in Peru that Mary Kay opened the country of Peru a couple of years ago, and I went and got to be part of opening that country. So it's like I'm mom on a family tree. And really, Mary Kay is the original mom. And she had consultants that joined her way back in 1963. And then we've just really become a bigger, wider family than that. So these women came out of my family and became sales directors. And now it's kind of like having, it's like, now I'm mom, and these ladies are moms also, and now I'm kind of like a grandma. So I'm probably like a great with many greats. I'd be like 10,000 years old or something. I don't know.
Good looking great grandma.
I know. Thank you, Mary Kay, for all that firmness, right?
Right.
So that's how we're all related to each other. We're in the same Mary Kay family. So this is what I'm gonna ask these ladies. We were thinking about this today. What should we share with you? And when I was looking at Mary Kay 30 years ago, the things I wanted to know was why do women do this Mary Kay thing? Because I had a pretty bad attitude. I really thought that it was just one of those things that somebody does if they don't really have anything else important to do in their life. I was really very prideful, let's just say, but I was uneducated. So why did you start your Mary Kay business? And then what surprised you, or what you found in your Mary Kay business? And then what has kept you here, or what could have kept you out of Mary Kay? So those 3 things, probably not in that order, but I will be excited to hear your stories again, because I get re-inspired every single time. So Mary, you're on. Mary and I met when I was pregnant with my first son. So we go.
Yes.
back.
A long time ago, yes.
Back in the day.
Many moons and many life seasons and changes for sure. It's been really fun journey. So the reason why I started my business, honestly, I really like Stephanie. I liked hanging out with her, and I really needed more new positive female friends and influence in my life. But I was working full time in banking, and I really thought that would be my career for the rest of my life. So I started just to get my products at a discount, and I loved playing with makeup, and I wanted to meet new friends. And honestly, I loved hanging out with Stephanie. So that was the reason why I started. What I found, or what surprised me through the many seasons of my life, one of the biggest surprises was it ended up becoming a plan B that I hadn't really expected. Those things that happen in life, like kind of right now. I went through divorce, and I became a single mom with 2 young kids, and my business was able to support me and my 2 kids. And I was able to buy my own house as a single self-employed mom, which I know was a total God blessing. I never could have done it if it weren't for my business. There's no way. And I loved too during that season that was so much upheaval, so much. It was just definitely one of the most challenging seasons of my life. But my Mary Kay girlfriends, especially Stephanie, were there to help encourage me and support me and really just breathe that belief in me that I could do this and that I could make it through. And I'm so grateful because that I really needed that encouragement. And I believe strongly that there were many, many times that because of the confidence I had gained in my Mary Kay business, it made me so much stronger through that whole process for sure. And probably what would have stopped me was really worrying about what other people think of me, worrying about the rejection and, people saying no. That probably would have been the biggest things that would have held me back. But I love that we get to grow so much and grow beyond those fears and those limitations and really become stronger people, become stronger in what God has called us to do. So that makes it so exciting and rewarding in so many ways. And I also love the friendships. I'm so grateful for the amazing friends, these wonderful women that we get to do life together and be there to support and encourage each other and spend time together. I love it. And these are amazing friendships that you just won't find really anywhere else. It's just such an incredible, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? The culture is so amazing that we get to be a part of, and it's just so incredible to be around strong, powerful women that really encourage you to be strong and powerful and walk in that strength, And
you become like the people you hang out with, right?
Right.
So, there was people I was hanging with that maybe weren't the best influence in causing the best to come out in me. And I think that's what happens is that it causes you to maybe take a route in life.
Yeah.
I'm so glad
absolutely.
you
Me too.
did. So glad.
Thanks for warm chatting me at the bank as your bank teller.
So welcome.
I'm forever grateful that you stepped out of your comfort zone.
You flashed that beautiful smile at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so nice. I want to know her. And here we are. We fell in love, and it's been love. It's been long lasting.
Yeah.
All right, Diane, you're up. LaRue's coming back.
Yep, she is. So, all right, I'm Diane. I've been in Mary Kay for 20 years and have just loved every minute of it. I always tell people that Mary Kay's always fit into my life how I needed it to, whether it was just like birthday presents and Christmas presents, or whether it's the full-on, I pay the mortgage, the phone bill, all of the extras. So why I started my Mary Kay business was because I love the product. And I was very newly married, and who when you're newly married doesn't need an extra little income. Plus the fact that I was able to get my product at a little less expensive. So I started because of that. And I was in the need of buying the whole skincare set right at that time. And so I said, well, okay, I'll give it a try. But I really think you're talking to the wrong person, because what would have kept me from starting this business was fear of everything. I was a very, very shy and quiet person. Did not like to speak in front of people. Did not like to introduce myself to people. I'm a people watcher. I gain information that way by watching. Uh, and and I was like, there's no way I can sell anything. I can't even talk without crying. So that's definitely what stopped me for a little while, actually. And then I finally started, because I just kept thinking, well, maybe I could do this. So what surprised me, um, is that the product literally sells itself. I didn't have to do, um, I didn't have to feel like I was selling the product. I said, this is what this does. I mean, the products literally sell themselves. And the other thing that I think has kept me in Mary Kay for 20 years is just the flexibility and freedom that I have with my business to be where my family needs me to be, and the freedom of choice with the opportunities the finances has given me to take my family to Disneyland, to go on a couple of mission trips to Haiti to help a school that we all support, and to like so many things that, to go on a cruise with my husband, all paid for by the Mary Kay company. So like, and then the free cards. Oh my goodness, like so many things. It's just like blows my mind every day that we have such an awesome company that does so many good things for us. And of course, the friendships and the bonds that you create with these people. We've already talked about it from two people already, but it's something real, and a very quality hanging out with people type of person, and it really feeds my soul to be with these inspiring ladies.
Thanks, Diane. So just so you know, what she talked about with those trips, we had a company-wide extra trip that was added. It was a Bahamas trip to a cruise to the Bahamas, and Mary, Diane, and I all got to take our husbands together, and that was
So much fun.
it was like the best.
It was.
We're ready to do it again and again and again.
Yes.
So Laura, we're so glad you're back. We want to hear your story. You're up next.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anyway, just sometimes, it's hard to put into words what this business means to us. And I know for me, it really brought me hope. When I started Mary Kay, I worked in accounting and I crunched numbers all day, and I was really addicted to people's approval. I wanted everybody to like me, and I really walked on eggshells because I never wanted to say something that would be embarrassing or I don't know, just wouldn't be cool or whatever it was. And so that almost kept me from joining Mary Kay because I was just worried about what people would think. Because here I am, this girl with a degree working in corporate America, and what would people say? But what I realized, this company really did give me hope because it gave me a place that I could start to believe in myself, and that I could grow myself. I had, people that would cheer me on and believe in me before I believed in myself, and help me to get out of my comfort zone step by step, and help me discover gifts that I didn't even know I had, and to overcome that desire of pleasing people that didn't even matter, because I personally just want to give honor and glory to our Lord. And so, man, oh man, it's been just an amazing, amazing journey. And so in this company, I've been able to grow at my own pace, and I'm so grateful. That's really besides so many other things you're already hearing, the thing that so keeps me here is just the continued growth, and the opportunity to pass it on to other people who need that same kind of place, that they're not judged, and that going at their own pace is going to be personal, and that when you fall, you're falling forward to success. And it doesn't matter how many attempts that you make, that it's, the fact that you're growing and moving forward and learning and overcoming. And so my life has truly been transformed. And then as a result, impacted others. That's from helping a shy son overcome his shyness, to helping my husband to see what he's capable of, and the other many women that I get blessed to lead, or in other relationships, that I can be that people builder. And I never would have learned that if it hadn't been for Mary Kay.
I love that. People builder. I think that there's this place, it's a season of life, or a season in a leader's life or a woman's life, where there's a season of leadership, where then it becomes not only about what we are gaining, and it's about what we have to give. And I believe that because of this Mary Kay opportunity, we really are called, and it's our responsibility, really, as with our experiences, to pass that on. It really is not about what we get in our businesses. And you can't really do one without the other. You're going to prosper, and you're going to grow, and you're going to have all the things and all the stuff that's going to come by just doing the right thing, by helping others get what they want out of their life and out of their business from our experience as mentors. So grateful for that. And we all have mentors. We each mentor each other, but we also have mentors that are, moving. Like, I have people that have gone before me that I always can reach out to. And you want to have people like that in your life, people that won't always say yes to you, won't always agree with everything you say. You want people that will call you out and call you up to a new place and have a new thought. So that's what we're hoping we're going to do for you today, is help you to have a new thought. When you hear the stories of these women, that there's something about one of these stories that's going to really relate to you. So let me just really briefly tell why I started my Mary Kay business. I was 25 years old. I was engaged to be married to my husband who now almost 30 years, will celebrate 30 years this summer. I was a special education teacher, and I needed extra cash. So really my purpose for starting was all about the money. We really needed to have some extra cash because student loans were coming due, and there wasn't going to be enough with my very small paycheck. And then my husband was going to go back to school. He supported me while I finished my school. So my neighbor introduced me to Mary Kay, and it was the craziest thing because I didn't wear makeup. It was like I was a square peg in a round hole when it came to Mary Kay. But what caused me to say a yes decision was really what could have kept me from saying no. It was because I was such a square peg in a round hole. It actually caused me to go, I think I can do this, because that's how I'm wired. I wanted to do something that was really outside of my comfort zone. And I just had this gut feeling. I was so moved by the Mary Kay story, because her story is an amazing story. You should ask your consultant to share her autobiography with you if you're a reader. If you are a reader, it's amazing. But that just Mary Kay's story inspired me enough to be like, it doesn't really matter that I wasn't a makeup wearer or really a skincare user. Beauty industry didn't really interest me. It was just the product. It was the story that moved me. And the product is the vehicle that puts us in the lives of others. The product came after Mary Kay created the marketing plan. And so I was moved by that, and I had a huge need, and I wanted to do something that was meaningful. And I saw that in the Mary Kay business very quickly. So what has kept me in Mary Kay, I will share all what these women said. And I will say that I value the most is the relationships. However, relationships don't pay the bills. And so I also want to be sure that I speak of the finances that are available to us, because finances bring us choices, especially when it comes to our values. When we are having to work and do something just for the money, we often have to compromise our values or the things that we value. In Mary Kay, she always taught us, put your faith, then your family, then your career. And she created a marketing plan that gives us the opportunity to do that we can choose. Sometimes I chose to do that well, and sometimes I chose not to do that well. But it's not because of the Mary Kay opportunity. It's because I was growing and learning. We're not going to always get it right. So Mary Kay taught me that. So, but a lot of times when we have not not as many finances, because I've been on both sides of this, not as many finances, then we have a lot less choices, and then we often have to compromise our values. So there's lots of people out there that make really great money that also compromise their values. So I'm not connecting those two, but I'm just saying if I'm in a place where I can actually take the time, use my time the way I want to use it, and have enough income that I can provide for my family very, very well. Living in the Seattle area is very expensive, and being able to make a six-figure income for years and years and years and years over my Mary Kay career, I can balance that. You see that when there's the time that you can actually put into your values and the finances so that you're not being crunched and with that time to provide for your family. So I'm so, so grateful, because many times that we have had this great opportunity, like my friend Mary would say, a great opportunity to trust God when we've had a loss of a job or a layoff, which is many people are experiencing now. And that's why we're so excited to share this with you, because we know there are many women out there. We don't know what it's going to be like when this is over. We don't know what your situation is right now, and maybe an extra $100 a month would make a difference. Maybe an extra $500 a month would make a difference. We really do believe that we can teach you how to make that kind of money, little bit of money, that extra $100, or I always say, if you could have an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, how would that change your life? And we're going to actually ask you that question at the end, but that gives us the opportunity to give you something to choose. So hopefully you were inspired by some of those stories. I want to talk about the Mary Kay new consultant choices really quick, because there are very many new choices. So I'm going to share our screen here really quick and show you guys. And while I'm sharing the screen here, from all four of our stories, just log in your memory, which one, who of us you could relate to the most. We're going to ask you at the end. I just want you to see our names again. So this is how the new eStart, where it's placed. So we've always had a starter kit. The full starter kit was the same. It was $100 when I started 30 years ago. Actually, it was $95, and the VHS, the training VHS, was $5. I wish I still had that. The full starter kit is still available. It has just under $400 of product, full-size product, and all the things that you would need to do face-to-face appointments. That's an option. The eStart is what's new. The eStart is a program where you get, excuse me, a website, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. If you haven't been to your consultant's website, each of us has our own personal website. They're going to give you the website and the credit card processing that's connected to the website, that is also connected directly to Mary Kay's product ordering service. So those two are the eStart's new, the starter kit's been around. The full starter kit plus the eStart is also an option for you. I think that's the best option, but it depends on your situation. For some of you, just being able to start with $30 and get going right away and start making some cash right away, we can teach you how to do that. For some of you, you might see this as something, not just a financial filler, but this might be something I want to create some financial stability, like what I was talking about down the road. So when and if something like this happens, it could look very different. You have a plan B, like Mary talked about. I think a lot of people are going, "Ooh, I wish I had a plan B right now." So we can offer that to you. So let me show you. I'm going to show you our websites. Hang on, and I'll show you my website. This is what our websites look like. So it's personalized. So there's certain things that you can personalize about it, and there's certain things that will stay the same, but very well organized. So there's e-catalogs, you can shop, tips and trends. One of my favorites in here right now is in the tips and trends. And see if my computer's been very slow lately. And it's is it in here? It's under the beauty extras. And it's this 3D foundation shade finder quiz. Oh my gosh, it's like really accurate. Like how cool is it that your clients can go to your website, shop on it, pay on it. You paid $30 for all that, and they can take this quiz and be narrowed down on a foundation shade for them. And you guys, really, truly, it has been very, very accurate. It's made me very happy to be able to give that opportunity to my clients, and for me to be able to service them from far away for this season. It's not going to be forever. So that's why I really like the $130 option if it's possible, because you do get both. So when this is done, then you will have the opportunity to see your clients face to face. Okay, so so the eStart benefits are a website with the credit card processing, plug into our proven systems. You have 100 years of experience on this screen. And then also I want to share with you this new screen, our new skin analyzer. Let me stop that one. And I want to show you this. This tool, Mary, have you been using, who was it that's been using this tool? I don't want to just yell out Mary because maybe it wasn't you, Mary.
I have been, and it's amazing. I love it. And I've shared it with some of my customers, and I've had them, download it because it's free, and they can very easily do an analysis of their own skin. And then I've had them go ahead and send me the results, which I'm doing a drawing from everybody that sends me results. And I've had over $200 so far in orders just from people using the analyzer. So that's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting. It's an awesome tool that they made. This has always been available to us to use at our individual appointments, but now it's available. They switched it and made it something that clients can use and then see the results, and the results have been so amazing. I did my husband, I did myself. I'm so grateful for Mary Kay because really my results, I was like, oh, that's good. They're not too many things extra that I had going on there. So you guys, this is a really great tool, especially for a new consultant when you're not sure, you're just learning about the product. Mm-hmm. This does all the work for you.
It's very user friendly too. It's very simple.
Yes, they've done such a great job. I'm super happy about that. So those are some of the tools that are available to you. So, and there's more. There's a whole website of information that is available to you for training. Okay, so questions. We're going to close up with some questions. Are you ready? So remember, all your comments, let me see how we are on our comments. All of your comments and all of your emojis, anything you dropped in, make sure you're keeping track of your point. But I'm going to ask you 4 questions. I think it's 4. The first question is, who did you relate to the most? Mary, Diane, LaRue, or Stephanie? And really, it's not so much, I just put names to us, but it's more of the story. Or maybe even put a little blurb of what part of the story really spoke to you, what inspired you. It's always interesting for us to hear, what part of our stories make a difference, because we want to be part of your story. And we want you to have a story that is one that is full of joy and gives you the opportunity to change and improve your life too, like we have. Okay, so that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, if you had an extra $100 to $1,000 a month, what would you do with it? What would you do with it? What kind of choices would that give you? Extra $100 to $1,000 a month. What would you do with it? All right. I don't know how long to wait. I know it takes a while to type, so I'm going to give you, and if you're on a phone, it takes even longer, right? Anybody else's thumbs been like, how? Since we've been doing this, it's like so much more phone and screen and everything. So yeah, take care of ourselves, right? All right, number 3, what qualities do you have that would make you shine as a consultant? I think this is something that's really important to consider. Really important to consider. So often when I share the Mary Kay opportunity with people, there's a lot of, well, I can't because, or there's this and there's this and there's the obstacles that tend to kind of scream out at us. And I really want to encourage you to stop focusing on the obstacles long enough for you to look at, wait a second, who am I? Who am I? I'm really good at connecting with people. I'm very organized. I can handle a lot of information at one time and make sense of it. I love the beauty industry. I love to share things with my friends because that's really what we do. So what qualities do you have that make you shine as a consultant? I really do believe that everybody has the ability to be a Mary Kay consultant and be a good one because of our training and because of the environment of growth, like you heard us talk about. So what qualities do you have that would make you shine as a consultant? There is 5 questions. 4th question, if we could show you how to use your business like a tool, remember I talked about that, to get what you want without compromising your values, because that's important to us, what would you be willing to take a chance on yourself and give Mary Kay a go? So I want to ask you this. Many times I've heard this. Would $30 or $100 or $130 from those three choices, would that really change your standard of living by making that small investment in yourself? Would it change your standard of living? Probably not. You might have to skip, something if that funds had to come from someplace, right? You might have to, it's a trade-off. But what is the opportunity for growth that would come from that investment? Way higher than what it would be if it paid a bill, or if it, bought some Starbucks or whatever you're doing, wherever you're going to get to, I hardly spending any money. I don't know about you guys. I never leave my house. We're saving so much money, though our grocery bill has sure gone up. Everybody's home. Yikes. So think about that. So think about, instead of the focus on the reasons why you can't, think more about the reasons why you can. And one of the things I hear a lot when I share the Mary Kay opportunity in the past was, I don't have time, or I don't have money. Well, that was my reason. I didn't have money. And my recruiter said to me, she said, well, how long do you want that to be a problem? And I was like, oh, so that one just kind of threw that right out the door. Yeah, if nothing changes, nothing changes, right? But the time one, with this eStart, you can work your business in little 10, 15-minute little drops. We're going to teach you how to do that. Okay, and last question for a point. Do you have any more questions? If you do, and you're like, I just have a few questions, it's unique to my situation, I want to chat. And if you want to chat with me, or if you want to chat with just a recruiter, or me and your recruiter, or whoever the director is, and your client, your consultant, who would be your recruiter, you want it to be a three-way call? Absolutely. So either way, we're available to you. Okay. So those 5 questions, let me just run through them quick again. Who did you relate to most? If you had an extra $100 to $1,000 a month, what would you do with it? What qualities do you have that would make you shine as a consultant? If we could show you how to use your business to get what you want without compromising your values, would you be willing to take a chance on yourself and give Mary Kay a go? And if I have more questions, let's chat. Okay? So let's finish with a snapshot of your sheet. Send it to your consultants. Make sure you get it to us as directors. And in 24 hours, we will do a product drawing from all the points. So all your points will get put into, if you have 10 points, you get 10 opportunities to win the product, okay? So last but not least, of course, you will also get put in the bag drawing. You get put in just for listening. If you decide that you want to be a Mary Kay consultant, you will get put in, is it 5 more times, you guys? Did I say 5? I think it's 5, yes. I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 10. You will get in 5 more times in the bag drawing. So there's 2 drawings going on here. The other thing that we want to offer you is, within the next 24 hours, if you say yes and you get either your eStart or your starter kit, or your starter kit plus eStart ordered through your consultant, then you will get put in a drawing, you will not get put in a drawing. You will get a bonus, what we call a signing bonus. And so each one of the directors will communicate with you individually, but we will offer to you samples. If you would like to do a virtual launch party of your business, we will help you with that. We'll offer you samples, or a product for you. Probably most of us are choosing the charcoal mask. So we've already talked about that. So if you love the charcoal mask and you want to get that as your signing bonus, awesome. And then samples, you could choose between the 2. All right. So my friends, thank you for your time. It's always so fun to see all your beautiful faces. So good night to Texas, Idaho, and Florida. And we hope that you had all your questions answered. Blessings to you.
Bye.
Bye.